Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Umbrella Academy Season 2 that just premiered on Netflix this weekend. This is, if you've watched Season 1, this is a great continuation of the story. Of course, the Umbrella Academy is about a series of kids that have special abilities that were raised together in a sort of orphanage, kind of similar to the X-Men, but a more kind of zany, fun, lighthearted take on it. It's definitely serious, but it's a little more lighthearted in themes than X-Men is. So if I really enjoyed season 1, so I was very much looking forward to season 2, and in my opinion, it did not disappoint. So in this season, it continues where season 1 left off. With a group of them. Now, of course, the Academy is made up of the characters of Vanya, Luther, Diego, Allison, Klaus, and Five. So there's 6 of them. So it basically at the end of season 1, for spoilers for those who haven't seen it yet, they were all trying to stop Vanya from creating the apocalypse with her powers. Well, unfortunately, because they went to the concert where she was, her powers are going crazy. They tried to stop her, but unfortunately, her power went crazy and blew up the moon, and then the asteroid from the moon came and blew up the Earth. But before that happened, Five was able to create a wormhole and teleport them all back to the past. So he did that in order to prevent the apocalypse from happening. So basically, season 2 picks up from that, and what ends up happening is that he ends up throwing everyone back into time, not just a couple of days, but years in the past. In fact, he posits them into 1960s Dallas. The problem is that all of them, they fall into different years in Dallas. So one of them falls into Dallas in 1960, another one 1961, 62, all the way up to 63. So all 6 of them are basically placed in Dallas in different points of the early 60s. And of course, that's all kind of leading up to, of course, what happened in 1963 in Dallas with the JFK assassination. So that's kind of what's all leading up to. So so it's like how their stories intersect. So it's really clever because the story follows how each of them interacts with people in that timeline, and how their lives kind of affect people in the past and who they bond with. And so they all have like their own little separate stories of who they bond with in the past. And then they all come to discover each other there, and they all come together. And then, of course, all the craziness that ensues, because they still have people after them, especially the Commission, and the Commission headed by the Handler. She played by Kate Walsh. She's amazing. I love her. That she's a great sinister role. But basically, so the Commission were time assassins, basically, who have to they're in charge of keeping the timeline in order. So they send back assassins since all the Academy or everyone of the Academy are out of time, and they're basically messing with the timeline. They send back assassins to take them all out, and so they do not further disrupt the timeline. Because it discovers that they're basically creating the apocalypse again. So they're all working towards preventing the apocalypse from happening in the 1960s, and then trying to figure out a way back home. So it's really, I think it's really well clever. I love all the characters. They're all really well performed. You get to bond with them. You really care about their storylines, and then you see where they go from there, and then how all their storylines interweave at the end, how they come together to try to overcome this goal, and then try to get back to their own time period, try to get back to 2019. And then all the issues they have to deal with. And so I just really love this show. I really enjoyed it. It's 10 episodes, so of the second season, and I pretty much finished it all yesterday. I binged it all in one day. It's just such a good show. Is that end of each episode, it's like, oh my god, I gotta know what happens in the next episode. I gotta see where it has, and it left off in a really great place. So I'm really looking forward to season 3. Hopefully, there's a season 3. I imagine there will be, yeah, it really left off in a great place, right? I definitely want to know what happens now, because you really care about these characters. They're all really well played. They all have their zany quirks, but they're all very serious characters too, and they all have their tragedies, and they all have their major issues to work out. And it's good to see how that intersects with history and how it affects the people in the past and the relationships they create with these people in the past, and then how that affects them when they finally realize that okay now, but we have to go back now to the future, not to be punny there, but to go back to their own time. So I really loved. I think it was just so much well done. Umbrella Academy. I loved the first season. I loved the second season too. I think sixth season was pretty much nearly as good as the first season. It was right up there. There's very few faults I could point out with it. It's so well acted, so well done. I really love the story. It definitely keeps you engaged all episodes. So I highly recommend, if you've seen the first season of Umbrella Academy, I obviously highly recommend seeing season 2 of Umbrella Academy on Netflix. It's I think one of the best shows on Netflix. It's like I would say easily in their top 5 shows that I enjoy on Netflix. So once again, I highly recommend Umbrella Academy season 2 for all you fans, even non-comic book fans, or anything. Because I wasn't familiar with comic books, but you're so well engaged. The show is really engaging. You very much fall in love with those characters. So I highly recommend you should check out Umbrella Academy season 2. So once again, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.